to me, talk to me. I was really excited when the folks of Toronto said to me, come here and do this TED Talk, right? And I said, thank you, thank you. And they said, Trey, you gotta talk about your personal call to action. And I always thought that the call itself would come from God himself, right? That I would be sitting at home and one day that the phone would ring and I would say, hello? And I would hear, Trey Anthony, this is God speaking. And I would say, hey, what's up, G? Me and God, we're cool like that, right? And he would say, Trey Anthony, here's your step-by-step call to action, right? So that's what I thought would happen. So I waited. I waited for the call. I waited to act. I waited to participate in my own life, right? Like so many of us do. And we have so many excuses, don't we? About why we're not going to respond to the call, why we're not going to act, right? Some of them are like, once I quit the job, or once I get the raise, or when the kids leave home, Trey, then I'll be able to respond. Or if I had perkier breasts, Trey. You know it, ladies, come on. Perkier breasts would allow us to run much more faster towards our call of action, right? But I'm going to tell you here now, right, that the call, sometimes it comes when you are not even ready. Because when my call came, I wasn't ready at all. I was just like some of you here, working on a dream. Anybody here working on a dream, Tedsters? Yes, we're working on a dream. I like that. Yes, we're ambitious people here, right? And I was just working on a dream, a black girl working on a dream. And my dream was to be an actor. And I thought that if you had a lot of talent, that the world should just respond accordingly. But it didn't. And after going out to call after call, audition after audition, and being cast as baby mama number 1, crackhead number 2, black girl with an attitude on welfare number 3, I was like, damn, this is how the world sees me. And I know some of you here might say, oh, well, that was 10 years ago. The industry has changed. I wish. Just a couple of months ago, I got a call from a well-known casting director. And he said to me, Trey, I'm casting this show and we love you and we want you to come down. It's going to be on this big network and we're shooting the pilot and the producers just want you to come on down. You don't even have to audition. And I was like, damn, this is good. Right? I thought, yes, I'm going to get a show on an American network, right? And then I said, well, I don't have to prepare anything. And he said, no. He said, just bring your ABCs. And I was like, ABCs? What's that? And he said, angry black chick. There's a name for this now in the industry. And so think about that, right? That was I was talking about how I was cast 10 years ago as a crackhead, right? And a baby mama. And even now, they still want me to be the angry black chick. So I decided back then that I was no longer going to respond to the calls of casting agents. I was going to respond to the call of truth that came from deep within. And that call was to really see my life authentically reflected on stage. The Kink in My Hair was my first play, and I had no idea then that the play would go on to be seen by hundreds of thousands of people, and that it would resonate with so many women, and it would break box office records and be named one of the 10 top plays in Canadian history, or be turned into a TV show. I didn't know any of that. All I knew is that I had a need to see my life authentically portrayed on stage. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys now, get really deep here, that sometimes the call comes when no one else is calling you and you hit rock bottom. Because I also began writing the play when I was coming out to my friends and family as gay, queer, lesbian, bi, whatever label you want to put on it, right? But all I knew is that that truth about my sexuality was something that my family could not handle. So they couldn't accept that or love that. So it was just me alone, alienated from my family and all I had was my pen and my paper to write. And I know some of you here will think, wow, well, if the call's gonna come, it probably is going to be for someone who has to be an activist, or it has to be someone who has something important to say. But I truly believe that the call, it comes for everyone. I believe if you answer the call, the message is pretty consistent, right? And all of us in this room, every single one of us are called. And I think one of the calls in the message in it is your work should be your life's work. That we should all do work that we feel passionate about and work that we love. The other thing is leave the world in a better place than when you showed up, right? That we should really be about creating space for everyone. The other thing is listen to the experiences of other generations. I love listening to people who are 10, 20, 30 years older than me, 10, 20, 30 years younger than me. I think only when you truly listen are you then able to build community. And don't listen to people who have the same opinions like yourself, because that's easy to listen to. Oh, yes, I agree, right? No, listen to people who really challenge you and challenge your thinking. And the other thing is be fearless. That when the call comes for you and when you think this is it, it should be a call where you're like, no, 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 not me. I'm scared. But you should do it anyways. I say that you should dive in. One of my favorite quotes is, one cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to swim away from the shore. I say swim. Dive in even at the risk of maybe drowning, right? The other thing is dream beyond your circumstances. Dream beyond the box that they have put you in, what you have put yourself in. I want to give you an example of how we put people in their boxes, especially me. This here is my grandmother. Isn't she cute? This is my grandmother? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to give you a little quick example here. Grandma came to me a couple of years ago. Grandma's 79, right? And Grandma came to me and she said, Trey, Grandma has a dream that she wants to be a rapper. Trey, I want to be a rapper. And I'm going to be honest with you. I put Grandma in a box because I thought that Grandma should be doing Grandma things like baking, crochet, sewing, right? Watching soaps. So that was the box I put her in. And I was kind of very dismissive of my grandma. I was like, Gran, come on, man. Your time has passed. But Grandma did not listen to me, thank God, right? Grandma went into the studio. That's Grandma in the studio. That's right. That's right. Who here is too old, right? Nobody, right? Grandma went into the studio and cut her CD. She then went and recorded a music video, put it on YouTube, and Grandma's career took off, right? I kid you not. Grandma's music got played in Jamaica, England, over here. She was doing interviews. She won an arts award. She even appeared on the Trisha show, which is in England, which is the equivalent to the Oprah Winfrey show, right? Grandma did all of that. And Grandma was proud. She was like, Trey, I'm living my dream. And I was proud of her too. And I was like, gosh, look at Grandma. And this year, my grandmother, she got diagnosed with stomach cancer. And anybody here who knows the effects of this, right? That she was taking the treatment and it was just reducing her to nothing. She was sick all of the time and ill and just not even remotely the woman who she used to be. And she refused treatment. And she said, no, I'm not taking it anymore. And all of us were like, come on, Grandma, come on, you got to prolong your life. And she said, I'm done. She said, I'm finished, Trey. She said, you know why? Because I have already lived my dream. I've done everything with my life that I wanted to do. And I thought, wow, how many of us here, if we knew that we were facing our last days, last hours, last moment, how many of us could say, I'm done. I'm finished. I've done everything with my life that I was supposed to do. How many of us, right? So I say, the world said to me, Trey Anthony, you're black, you're queer, you're working class, you're not cute enough, you're not pretty, you're not any of that. And they tried to put me in this box. And I said, hey, world, you ain't ready for me. You ain't ready. I'm so much bigger than this box you have put me in. And so I say to you right now, your call to action should be to come out of your box. Thank you.